Wildchild has been safely anchored in Eleuthra, but it's time to make our jump up to the Abbacos right now, you know, with no wind. It's true, that's the engine that you can hear on in the background. Wildchild's beginning her jump out to the Abbacos, and as you can see, it is flat dead calm. It is hotter than body temperature. Both girls are butt naked. I'm not even requiring life jackets, and we didn't even try to raise the sails. There's literally 0.0 knots of wind. But in theory, according to the forecast, it should switch around any time now. This water that you see before you is 14 feet deep and crystal clear. 14 feet is fine for our 8-foot keel. The problem is, all of the charts are completely wrong. All the charted depths are wrong. All the rock locations are wrong. The reefs are missing. And we can't even trust where it thinks the sand dunes are. There's an error of plus or minus 10 feet on the charted depths. The shoal that it says is there is not there. And when we look at the satellite imagery, we see it's completely different. We just can't trust our information. So we use our depth sounder to slowly probe our way forward, trying to find the unmarked underwater sandhills. Given that all of the charts are all completely wrong, and we trust none of them, we have to stare intently at the depth sounder. That's our indicator when we suddenly come to a shoal, a sandhill, or a rock, and we might get into trouble in a hurry. Right now we have 6 feet of water under the keel, but that could change really fast. I hate motoring. You guys know that I'm a sailing purist who hates to motor. But I gotta stage. I gotta get into position. The winds are supposed to come up sometime this afternoon, between 2 in the afternoon, 3 hours ago, and 11 o'clock tonight, depending on which of the 5 wrong weather forecast models you want to believe. But the wind has to come up eventually, right? So I figure it's better for us to cross the sound when we can see the reefs and rocks and bottom. I have my crew, Miss Daisy, posted up on deck to spot for me. The forecasted winds today was 4 to 8 knots. As you can see, this is 0.00. It is very nerve-wracking right now to be staring at the depths when the chart plotter says you are going to come within 10 feet of the bottom with an 8-foot keel. But right now, where it says we should be in 16 feet deep, I actually have 22. So both charts lie, and right now they're lying in our favor, but that could change in a hurry. We got through what was supposed to be the narrow, shallow, dangerous cut without any problems. But where the chart said we should have 11 feet of water, we had 21. That's a 10-foot error. Well, that was 10 feet of error in our favor, but what if it was 3 feet of error not in our favor? What if 11 was really 8? Then we'd be hitting the bottom. 11 being 21 is okay for us, but that's a big margin of error on the chart plotter. As you guys can see, the sun is setting and we now have a breath of wind. So we are life jackets on, sailing gloves on, and we're about to raise the sails as the sun set. We don't really want to anchor in Fleming Channel to wait for some wind. We have a tiny bit of wind now, so I'm going to take the risk and just send us out offshore into deeper water and pray that the forecast gets something right and that the wind does indeed pick up through the night. We're about to night sail to the Abbacos, and there won't be much to show you. Want to use boat magic?
Yeah.
We're going to use boat magic to raise the sails because it's so much work to do manually and it's so much easier when we use boat magic. We're going to snap our fingers. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boat magic makes sailing look so easy, doesn't it? I go up on deck to put the tertiary anchor restraint rope around the roll bar. We don't know how rough the ocean's going to get tonight. Wildchild is headed for deeper waters now, and at least you can see some ripples on the ocean. We have just a breath of wind, so we're going to keep motoring out to deeper waters, raise the sails, drift around, and wait for the wind. The wind that we hope should be coming soon. Do you hear that silence? It is such a magic moment when you finally get to turn that noisy, stupid engine off and just enjoy the peacefulness of the sailing. Why on earth so many sailors never turn their engine off even when their sail's up is beyond me. You're ruining the beauty of the experience. The beauty of the experience is silently and peacefully at one flowing with nature. That's why we buy sailboats. So many old men. Motor, 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 motor. Ocean breeze, ocean breeze, ocean breeze. This is the sailing vessel WildChild, hailing you on 16.
That's ocean breeze.
Can we please go up one to channel 17?
17. Go ahead for ocean breeze, sailing vessel.
Good evening, Ocean Breeze. I hope you're having a lovely day. This is the dark blue sailing vessel in front of you coming out of Fleming Channel. It looks like to me you're going to make your way into Fleming Channel and we're going to have to pass each other. Just letting you know that I am constrained under sails, moving very slowly. But once I get through the channel, I intend to turn eastward because I'm headed up to the Abbacos. So perhaps we can do one whistle as we pass.
Roger, Roger. I'm turning the boat through so I can give you good space to pass. Give you good space to pass.
Delightful. Thank you very much, Captain.
Roger, good night. Safe voyage.
WildChild back to 16. Look at how efficient WildChild is, people. I'm just saying. In 3.7 knots of wind, she's doing 2.7, 2.9 knots of boat speed. That is sailing efficiency. I love this girl. As the world goes dark, WildChild's sailing along in light winds and a very calm ocean. We've even got a full moon. Visibility is great, but sailing is kind of boring. If I didn't have a tablet to watch TV, I'd probably lose my mind out here. Daisy takes the 1 a.m. to sunrise shift, but she got seasick, so she didn't film anything for you. The good news is, though, you can see the ocean was really calm all night, and we had calm conditions as we approached the Abacos. Miss Daisy did an amazing job taking the helm for me all the way until sunrise. I feel like a bag of crap, and she feels like a bag of crap, but we are two tough chicks, and we're doing it. We're about 30 miles from our destination, up into, cut into the Abacos to get to Marsh Harbor. It's been a lovely night sail in relatively calm conditions, but poor Miss Daisy got seasick again.
Only once.
Only once. We got lightning off the port side, but the seas are relatively calm. We're currently sailing 11 over 5. Broad reach, starboard tack. Sailing is not always fun. It's often just suffering. We just finished putting the Jenny sail away because there's a storm coming in. We're off the Abbacos, getting close to the Man of War Quay entrance when I get another hit on the fishing line. I'm not saying for sure that I've turned into the greatest fisher girl that ever lived, but amazingly I tend to average about a fish an hour lately. That's a nice mahi-mahi. I'm just tiring out the fish, basically drowning it in air. I'm gonna have to bring it in and kill it, and then the bloodbath is gonna begin, and that's a horrifying scene. I'm not gonna film that for you, but you can have faith. Lexi landed another mahi-mahi. Then we get pummeled by storms for the next 2 hours. To protect the camera from the driving rain, we didn't film anything. We sat offshore for hours waiting for storm after storm to pass. We hove to and waited for our opening to slip into Man of War Quay and the protection of the Abbacos. I don't know what to tell you guys about sailing. I didn't actually film a lot of this sail because it sort of gets boring and repetitious, but it's always stressful and hard. For those of you who have dreams of sailing because you think like, oh, it's a magical, easy, tropical life, it really isn't. Like, you gotta be tough to be a sailor, and it's a very stressful existence. So us girls, we've been sailing for almost 24 hours now. We hardly slept last night. We're exhausted. We've both vomited over the side. We're achy. We don't feel good. We're soaking wet. It's cold once you get wet and the wind blows through you. It's not actually comfortable and great all the time. So if you're thinking about buying a sailboat, just understand you have to be tough and smart to survive.